introduction to a circle, diameter, radius, and chord. All right, so in this topic, we're just learning how to name these three things, diameter, radius, and chord. So first we need to know what the definition of each one is. So part A says name a radius. So down here for the explanation, a radius of a circle is a line segment whose endpoints are the center and a point in the circle. So we go from the center, let me grab my pen tool here. So we go from the center to the side. So this can also mean that I go from the center to the side, center to the side. So all of these lines are a radii. And remember, it's from the center to the side. So it wouldn't be QR that actually is working on our next definition, which is diameter. So radii mean, or radius, radii is more than one, mean that you go from the center over to the side. So any side. So I can go like center to the side, center to the side. So those are all radii. I'm going to clear that out. Diameter, if we go down to the next definition here, the diameter is of a circle is a segment passing through the center with both endpoints on the circle. So it goes through the center point here and it goes from side to side, but it has to go through the center. So if it doesn't go through the center, that actually is our next definition, which is a chord. So a chord, if we go down to the next one here, chord of a circle is a line segment with both endpoints on the circle, but not through the center. So if you think of it, the diameter is a chord, but it's a very special chord and it's got its own name called diameter. But if it doesn't go through the center, we just call it a chord. So in this case, TU would be our chord because these endpoints are on the circle, but it doesn't go through the center. So now that we've covered our three definitions, if the length of PS is 3 units, what is the length of QR? So remember, and I already kind of gave a clue on this one, center to side, center to side, center to side. So these are all radii. So every time, once you know one radii of a circle, they're all the same for that circle. So that's part of the point of a circle, is you have a point in the middle and all the points on this circle, on the actual circle itself, are the same distance from the center point. So if we know a radii, or radius, I keep saying radii, but we know one radius, then we know them all. So if both of these are 3, then together they would be 6. All right, let's go ahead and clear this out, and we're going to go ahead and click start here. Okay. So it says name a diameter. So a diameter goes through the center, and it touches both sides. So a diameter would be IH, or I could say HI, however I want, whichever direction I wanted to go there. Then it says name a radius, so let's switch up my color here. So I could name a couple of different radii here. So I can, it has to go from the center to the side. So I could actually name HG, I could name IG, or I could name FG. There's 3 radii here. So let's go ahead and go with FG, because why not? We just pick one of the 3 we just talked about. A chord goes from side to side, but not through the center. So I have side to side, but not through the center. So that's my chord. Okay, and now they're giving me some information here. It says if the length of HI is 8, so the whole red line here is 8, then what is the length of GF? So if the whole thing is 8, and we know that each radii is the same, we want to go 8 divided by 2, that gives us 4. So every radius is 4, so that means that GF would be 4 units. All right, so now we just get to type all this in. IH, FG, BE, and 4. Check. All right, let's clear that out and do the next one here. Okay, so we have name a diameter. So remember, it goes through the center. Oh, got to turn my pen on. Goes through the center and it touches both sides. So we have IF. All right, let's go to our next one here. So radii. So we can choose any one we want, but I'm going to go ahead and do this one because this one is kind of the one that they're pointing out here. What that's ED. Sorry. All right, I'm going to go ahead and type these in. So I had IF because when I hit clear on this, it cleared out everything. So E, D, or DE, doesn't matter which way you go on that one. The segment shouldn't matter which way you name it. Chord, remember, it doesn't go through the center, but it goes from side to side. So it could go through these lines too. It just can't go through the center because if it goes through the center, we have to call it a diameter. All right, so if FI, so the whole length here, if that's 10, then they want us to find the length of this one here. So remember, there's 2 radii here, so if I know a diameter, I divide by 2, I get 5, and this is the length of all my radii in the circle. So that must be 5. All right, check. Clear, and next. Okay, so we have a radius first. So let's go ahead and go with HK. Diameter. So remember, it has to go through the center, and it has to touch both sides. So let's go with JI. And then a chord. So it can't touch the center, but it has to go from side to side. So here's our chord. So we have LM. And then if, let's put this in orange, if HK is 8 units, whoop, let's turn my pen tool back on, is 8 units, what is the length of IJ? So if I know that this radius is 8, and so is this one, and so is this one. So if I want to know the whole length, I just add them together, and I get 16. All right, we finished another one, yay.